Don't worry, you guys, I'm only 5 months behind on this upload, so no big deal at all. But jokes aside, y'all know that the whole reason that I even created this channel in the first place is to document my credit card journey, and that includes all the cards that I apply for and the ones I cancel and everything like that. So today I still wanted to make an in-depth video about the Chase Ink Premier, even though it is more of a niche card, just because some of y'all out there actually should consider applying for it at some point in your journey. This is the third card out of the 3 cards I applied for in one day back in March of this year, and I got it right after I applied for the Alaska Business and Hawaiian Business credit cards. So in an effort to explain why this card does make sense for the right user and show you how you can get it if you end up wanting it after watching this one, I'll break this video down into 4 main parts. Part 1 will be a brief review of this card, which it is going to be very brief because there's not much to it. Part 2 will be my data points before applying. Part 3 will be the live application with tips and tricks as to how you can get approved. And part 4 will be the live unboxing of this card, which surprisingly is probably the most premium experience I've had with an unboxing so far. After I applied for this card, that completed my streak of 20 credit card approvals in 20 credit card applications, which I'm pretty proud of. So yeah, let's talk about card number 20. Starting with the review here, the annual fee of this card is $195. So yeah, very expensive, the most expensive Chase Ink card out there. And the welcome offer is to earn $1,000 worth of bonus cash back after you spend $10,000 on purchases in the first 3 months of having it. Technically, this cashback is awarded as Ultimate Rewards points, but these Ultimate Rewards points are not the same as all of the other Chase cards, and the Ink Premier is the only card that you cannot transfer points from it to the other Chase UR point earning cards. So that's the biggest reason I don't recommend it. It's basically just a cashback credit card, and that's why this marketing is $1,000 bonus cashback rather than 100,000 points. At the same time though, I mean, $1,000 for $10,000 worth of spend, a 10% return on spend is not too bad. So yeah, I was happy to grab it. And whenever you combine that with the flat 2% cash back on every purchase or 2.5% back on large purchases of $5,000 or more, that increases your earnings even further. And for my specific situation, I applied for this card because I had $10,000 left on my tax bill to pay on it and basically hit the welcome offer in one shot, which gave me a 12.5% return on spend because I got 10% from the welcome offer itself and 2.5% on that $10,000 worth of spend for another $250 on top of that. Another reason I really don't recommend this card much is just because it has no perks and benefits at all. Like, it's a $195 annual fee card like we talked about. I guess its benefit is that you can get an extra 0.5% back on purchases of $5,000 or more. But outside of that, I mean, just look at this list here on the page. Like, it's just, there's nothing to it. All the other Chase cards have so much more, particularly the annual fee ones, of course. But yeah, I guess one interesting thing to talk about is that it is a pay in full card. And this was the only pay in full card that Chase offered at the time of me going for it. Now they have the Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business. That also is a pay in full card. But yeah, you could also technically make this a card that carries a balance with this flex for business thing here, but you do have to do that while paying interest. So obviously don't go that route. Just pay this card in full on time every single month, just like all of your other cards, and you'll have no issues. But yeah, I mean, that's basically the whole website for this card. So like I said, pretty quick video overall here just because there's not much to cover. Moving to my data points now. Remember that this is back from March of this year, so a long time ago, but the last personal card that I applied for at that time was the Southwest Priority card, which I applied for on January 7th of 2025. And the Southwest Priority is a Chase card, so that's something to consider since I'm going for another Chase card now. The last business card at that time, aside from the Hawaiian Business and Alaskan Business that I applied for, which did not report to my credit report for quite some time after I got approved for them, and also pulled from TransUnion, which is not where Chase pulls for me. Chase pulls from Experian. Aside from those, the Southwest Performance Business was the last business card I went for back in October of 2024. So it had been at least 4 months since I got a business card that was showing up on my reports. And whenever I say show up on my reports, these are all business cards, so none of them actually show on my personal report, but hard inquiries do. And of course, the banks see those applications. So it's still good to space them out, even though you can be a lot more quick with business cards than you can with personal cards, at least generally. Moving to my 524 status now. First of all, for those that don't know, the Chase 524 rule states that if you've been approved for 5 or more personal credit cards in the last 24 months, they'll automatically deny your next card application. Back in March, I was at 424, meaning that I had 1 slot left where I could apply for more Chase cards. And the beautiful thing about the Chase Ink Premier is that once I was approved for it, it did not add to my 524 count, since the 524 rule only takes into account personal card approvals in the last 24 months. Moving to my credit scores, note that I pulled this information from, I guess, like not the best sources. All the scores I pulled were Vantage scoring models and not FICO scoring models. FICO is what you normally want to be paying attention to, but yeah, I just kind of made a mistake back then. Starting with my TransUnion score, I pulled that from CreditWise with Capital One, and this was back whenever they were still showing Vantage scores. Now, since they've merged with Discover, they're showing FICO scores, which is great. So yeah, you can use them now if you'd like. But my score was a 770 with 1 hard inquiry showing. I guess technically 3 right after applying for the first 2 cards, but regardless, I got the screenshots from before that. For my Equifax score, I pulled that from Credit Karma. Again, Vantage scoring model, not great, but gave me a decent idea here. And my score once again was a 770. There was a little blip, I guess, like on the radar here where my score jumped like the day that I applied for this card, but none of my other credit bureaus showed that. So I just didn't take that into account and instead took the score from a few days before. And that was that 770 that aligned with the TransUnion score. I also had 0 hard inquiries with Equifax. Now for Experian, I pulled this information from Credit Journey with Chase. Again, not the best place to do it, but good to get a decent idea. Now, I recommend people just pull their Experian score directly from Experian's website. Regardless, my score is a 759 and I had 7 hard inquiries with them at the time. Last note before we dive into the application is that I always have all of my credit reports frozen until I'm ready to apply for another credit card or just line of credit in general. And that's just to basically protect my information from people I don't want having access to it. And you can do this very easily by creating a free online account with TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, and then just setting up a freeze, which only takes a couple of clicks to do. And then whenever you're ready to apply, you can thaw it in the exact same method, just in reverse. Also, I should mention that I was okay with applying for all 3 of these cards on the same day and impacting my credit scores with those 3 inquiries. The only reason I was okay with doing that was because I wasn't about to apply for like a car loan or a mortgage where you need your score to be basically as high as possible. So yeah, I think that's a good disclaimer just to make here. But with all that groundwork laid out, let me go ahead and send it over to Past Me to take it away with the live application. Okay, so here I am on my affiliate page just to show y'all how you could do it if you want to do the same. I guess my referral link is what's going to be down there for y'all, but either way, I can see I'm getting that $1,000 bonus cashback offer after spending $10,000 in the first 3 months of having the card. Not the best offer in the world, considering that the Chase Ink Premier is a cashback card. It's not a points and miles card. But hey, I'll also get, where does it say down here? 2.5% back on everything over $5,000 if it's a single charge. And since I'm going to be putting $10,000 on this card at one time, that's another 25,000 points. So overall, not bad value. I'm not going to really ever want to hit this one again, at least for the time being. So I figured why not just go for it. Super high annual fee for what it is. Just not a great card, but for a welcome offer, can't really complain. Also get to, complete the Chase Ink quadfecta and then move all the way back through them again, this year, next year, whenever I want to do that. So that's kind of just my thought process on this. But yeah, so make sure I'm in the right place here. Bonus offer is what I expect. Click on learn how to apply. Same offer here, same card, $1,000 bonus cashback, 2.5%. Good. Apply now. Taking me to the Chase Secure application. Then here we go. Shouldn't be any secret offers on this card. It's pretty straightforward. I guess I could check one time just to be sure. Yeah, there's nothing. Okay. So go ahead and click apply now on this page. This is an application that we're all very used to. I've applied for a lot of Chase Ink cards. I'm going to still run through the whole application again, like I've done for each of the applications today. Walk you through how, you can get approved if you want to, even if I don't, which a high chance I don't with how many cards I just completed an application for. But we'll start with the authorizing info. This is going to be whatever you want to put. If, depending on your business, I'm an owner, so I'm putting that. Personal details, very straightforward. Identification, also very straightforward. Home address, same thing. Contact info, same thing. Need to check this box to provide electronic signature. Then you get to your financial info. This is your total gross annual income on the personal side. If you're 21 or older and regularly use income from others to pay your bills, include that here too. So all of your income, your expected income for this year, and round up rather than round down, but be honest with your expectations. And that way you don't have to go through any pending review. Then you come to the business structure. This is getting into the business details now. This one has limited liability company, which is what I am. It really has everything you're going to need here. So I'm going to select that. Business details, legal name and business name on card. As for the DBA section, like I always mention, you would know if you have a DBA. Most people don't. So if you've applied for one, obviously put that there, but probably don't need to. Number of employees, not including yourself. So enter 0 if you're the only employee. That's the case for me. Business tax ID. If you applied as a sole proprietor, you'd use your social. I'll be using my EIN since I have an LLC with an EIN. Primary physical business address. So this is where they're going to send the card to. For me, same as the personal. So I'll select that. Business phone number, same as my personal. Business financials is really the only other section that requires some effort. Business established date, the longer the better, but be honest with it. This is when you started thinking about creating your business, basically. So for me, I'm at a point now where I'm about 3 years into my business, and that's really helpful for these applications, but it might be a different situation for you. I just wouldn't put like yesterday as your established date, because then they probably don't want to extend credit to you, but you might be able to. Annual business revenue, same thing as I said for personal revenue. Expected revenue over the next 12 months. The higher the number, the better. But make sure you can back it up. Make sure you can justify it in case you did have to go to some kind of financial review, which I've never really heard of people doing with Chase, but still, you don't want to put like 5x what you actually make. Estimated monthly spend will help with your credit limit. Theoretically, also could help you get approved. Like if you put $0 here, why would they want to give you the card if you're not going to use it at all? So make sure you put a decent number here. Take into account the welcome offer spend period and stuff like that. So I usually average out over the first year how much money I'll put on it, because I don't necessarily expect to keep cards like this over a year. And that helps boost the number a little bit, especially with a high minimum spend like this card has. Business classification, let's see here. For my situation, I'm pretty sure with Chase, I always put information. Just going to confirm the other ones don't make sense. Yeah, I'm almost positive I always put information here. Then business type. Yeah, here we go. This is much better than what I just saw with Barclays. But do internet broadcasting, social network. That's the best one for me. Business subtype, same thing as above. So that's nice. That's the same NAICS that I always have on these applications, if I'm not mistaken. Then you tell them your percentage of ownership. Most of us, that's 100. You can tell them whether you want an employee card, paperless statements. You can read through the terms again. And then finally, certify that you've read and agreed to the above and submit. So let me go ahead and complete this. It will take a couple seconds and then I'll submit this with y'all. Okay. Now, before I submit this one, this is definitely one I expect to be sent to pending review or just completely denied for. Since I do have so many hard pulls on my Experian right now, well, I guess not so many, but I have 7 in the past 24 months. Yeah, so I don't expect good things, especially with my credit profile. And I already have like, I don't even know, 10 Chase cards or something like that. 9, I think this is my 10th. So not a lot playing in my favor right now. But I mean, guys, let's figure it out, right? This is what this is for. 3 applications, 1 day. This is number 3 of 3. So far, we've had pretty good luck. Let's see about this one here in 3, 2, 1, submit. Spinning wheel of death. Come on, people. Let's see what happens. Please make this simple. I don't want to call anybody else. Oh my God, let's go. Guys, let's go. I got approved. Oh, so this might have been a 3 for 3 day. That is so awesome. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the unboxing of this card. Like I mentioned, this is one of the best unboxing experiences I've actually ever had. And before we get there, I do want to note that they were able to expedite this card to me whenever I called them after getting approved. And that helped me just get to put that tax spend on it immediately. So that was nice of them. But yeah, the card came in this big, white box here. And inside is a box within a box. As you can see, really clean, like ink logo here on the packaging. And it has a nice navy tether to match the card design. Ink logo on the back there as well. But go ahead and open this up. And I'm going to sneak the paperwork out of the back so we don't get a quick preview of the card. I want to make sure we go through the boring stuff first. I know it's black on black here, so hopefully you can still see it. But let's open up this pamphlet here. And the first thing that pops out is the guide to benefits. Definitely long pamphlet here with summer reading in it for you if you'd like. But I literally haven't touched this card since I used it for the welcome offer. So that's that. Next is just a paper outlining, I guess, just like how to use the card, how to pay it off and all that kind of stuff. Talking about it being a pay in full card. But next is the card member agreement with, again, nice ink design on it. I don't know why they don't do this with all their cards, but they chose to do it on probably the worst ink card imaginable here. But yeah, just all the normal stuff we're used to from Chase card applications, I guess. Then we have the privacy disclosure talking about what Chase does with our personal information here and how to opt out of it if you want to, but don't really care about that. God, almost there. We got a few more. We have a welcome to the Chase Inc. Business Premier pamphlet as well. That gives you all the details about the card and the benefits it provides. So this is going to talk about like the flat 2% back and all that stuff, but more just marketing jargon that I don't really care about. Now we get to the business card agreement rates and fees table. So just more details here to read through, but we already knew about all this before we applied, so not too important. And then the last piece of paper here is going to be where it talks about our credit access line of $10,000 and tells you how to activate the card. So this is normally what our cards are attached to, but obviously with this one, it came in a separate thing. So let's go ahead and take a look at that since that's what we all care about at the end of the day. We go ahead and pull this out of the packet and you can see the card's already showing through a little window here. Got the Chase for Business on the bottom. Opening it up a bit further, we can now pull the card out by pushing from behind it and yanking it out. And here is the first look really up close at the Chase Ink Business Premier card. This might be my favorite Chase card design just because I do think the ink logo looks really cool and the silver plays really well with the navy, like really dark navy that this card has. It's also engraved like the Chase logo and name and everything like that, similar to the Chase Sapphire Reserve. So they put a ton of effort into this card. The back is more of the same. It's a Visa signature business, as you can see on the bottom right. Card numbers and everything are on here. But yeah, the design of the card and the unboxing experience has been very premium for a card that is mediocre at best when it comes to benefits. So I don't know, just thought this was interesting. But yeah, what do y'all think of this card design? I do like it, but I literally haven't looked at this since I got approved for it. So it's kind of fun opening it back up again and putting it in my backup wallet, which speaking of, I'm not even going to put it in like a real backup wallet. I'm just going to put it in my canceled cards backup wallet since I'm not going to be using it for anything else until I cancel it. But it'll go well right next to my Ink Business Cash and Ink Business Preferred card. So yeah, if you'd like to see me apply for some of the most popular credit cards on the market, not ones quite as niche as this, go ahead and click into this playlist next. And as always, really appreciate y'all watching. If you enjoyed it, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel to help me out. And of course, I'll catch you guys next time.